Welcome back, Wanderers, to another episode of Cleaning the Commonwealth. If you're new here, what we're doing is cleaning up Fallout 4's map every week, one settlement at a time. Last week we took care of Sanctuary Hills. In this episode we are going to be tackling Red Rocket. First things first, let's send Dogmeat home. Not because I don't love him, he's a good boy. I just don't like him feeling restless while I'm building. So each episode we typically do a quest portion where we travel to the location and show how to obtain the settlement, but there's not much to do for Red Rocket besides for killing some rats. Sometimes they don't spawn above, like what happened to me, so we'll crawl into their little den here, and like we're Charlie and It's Always Sunny, let's get to work on some rats. There's just one more big fella in the back here, guarding the safe. I thought I was in the clear after all of that, but it seems their brothers came for revenge. So I had to finish the job. One last look around to make sure that we're all good. Oh, what's that? Oh, okay. Of course, we need to do a quick tour of the settlement before we can make any changes, just to see what we're working with. I am in the workshop mode this time on purpose, in order to show the limits of how far we can build and adjust. And now for the tour. A lot of vines, a lot of garbage, but really not in too bad a shape overall. It's a pretty easy thing for me to fix and rebuild this episode. Hitting this trash can here is from a mod called This Is Trash. And it takes care of all the vines, the rubble, the trash, everything in the settlement all at once. Super useful one for this series. I actually really liked those robot arms that were coming down from the ceiling. I was sad to see them go in the end. I felt like I looked everywhere through my build menu, but I just couldn't find them. So if anyone knows where they are, I'm hopefully just blind. I would love to go back and add them. Some of these vines and trash on the road I think didn't get picked up due to my settlement extender mod, so it wasn't expecting to pick up stuff this far. That's my assumption. There's quite a few things in the forest that I couldn't clean up that you might see, but I could at least pick up some of these things with the Scrap Everything mod, so that really came in clutch right here. collection is definitely one of the biggest ones of this series as well, as it's what I'm using to restore the locations. As you see, I just hit this tire here and the building is now fixed. The trim, the sign, windows, doors. The interior looks almost good enough as is. We really only have to add a little decoration. Just showing an example of some of the things that refused to be scrapped. Then I noticed this billboard behind the trees, and I'm glad I did because it's one of the main attractions in the comparison photos that we'll see at the end. Okay, let's get started building. First thing we are doing is replacing the street lights because they actually don't work. You can't attach wires to them and get them to light up, so I'm just replacing the existing ones, adding new ones to make sure that we're nice and lit up at night, especially for our night tour at the end. I do think it's important that we have good public transportation throughout the Commonwealth, so I'm going to make it a habit of adding bus stops to as many settlements as I can. Fun fact about this settlement. Do you want to hear fun facts? Well, you can find out on the terminal that this red rocket won an award for being environmentally friendly, but the whole time they were just dumping those barrels that we saw in the cave. Pretty funny. just love these string lights. I think every settlement I make is going to end up having them. It just brings a fun vibe. Nice and cozy. Covering up some of these bad parts of the road with cars. I just didn't like using the cement foundations. Didn't quite look right to me, so cars will just have to do the trick. Kind of makes sense for a truck stop after all. Adding an ashtray here, so I think we need to move that no smoking sign to the other side. Of course we have to hide our turrets in the trees and bushes so we don't break the immersion. Wasn't much to do with the trees, just wanted to make the statue area look nicer, fix up what I could. It was pretty tough to fill this shelf up, as you can see. There used to be mods for filling shelves that seem to have been deleted now. I really hope some new ones are out there that I just didn't see, or maybe some new ones that'll be made soon. It really makes things look more lively, so I gave it my best shot. This is my first attempt at adding these floors, so I scuffed it a bit in some spots, but I think it turned out okay in the end. I'm just gonna cover that up with a rug, it'll be our little secret. Time for the tour. while we're touring, I just want to take a moment to say thank you for watching this. My reattempt at this series is my most watched video by far. Like, my next 3 most popular videos combined. I'm pretty blown away by the reception that it's gotten already. I can't wait to see how this continues. And I want you all to know that I am making these as I go, and I'm new to this YouTube stuff, so this is a work in progress, but I think it's going to be a fun adventure. Thank you all. Please like, subscribe. Most importantly though, comment what you want to see. I hope I'm meeting your expectations on restoring these places, but if you think I'm missing things or should change something, let me know. I can always go back later. Stu, or Mr. Clean here, signing off, and let me leave you with this. You're nobody until somebody loves you, and that somebody is me. See you next time. No bloopers this time, unfortunately, but one last tour. I'm sure some of these settlements in the future are going to have some good ones. Next episode's going to be Tenpines Bluff, which might be kind of short and easy again, but we still have 35 more places to go, so there's lots to see and do. This adventure has only just begun.